people, this is Sylvia Giza. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? So today I would like to talk to you guys about something which this is actually message for men, what not to do. So I am, my background is from the how you call it, when I was born, so I'm telling you a little bit about my life. So when I was born, my grandfather and my grandmother, they had maids in their house, okay? So I am from from the families of because my grandfather was a captain of the Polish military, and then my grandma, she was married first to the doctor, and then she married, then second husband was military man who was working for the French Legion, okay? So, and my grandfather and my grandma, they have first in the city, wherever they were living, they have first people in the city, they have TV, okay? So they have maids, and we got lots of lands, you know what I mean? And there was family of, how you call it in English? I don't even know how you call those people. You see, because I didn't even care about this, okay? But a lot of people cares about from what kind of family are you born, you know what I mean? So my mom's side was the family which they have maids in the house, okay? When she was little, okay? So, and they have herb, I don't know how to say it, they have the symbol for the family and everything, right? So from pretty young age, I am in my morals on my upbringing. I have everything in me how to be, for example, in the how to act in any kind of situations, okay? So let's put it this way. I know how to be moral, and I know how to be how to talk to kings and queens, because I got this actually in me, okay? And especially because I was in this lifetime and last lifetime I was in this kind of families, right? So in me I have a king, queen, style, whatever I do, you know what I mean? So this is in me. So for example, if I meet some people right now, especially when I was homeless recently, right? And they think that I don't know anything, That was so funny, experience this, So I don't know. People need to understand that if they meet someone that could be Cinderella, and you don't know that. It could be Cinderella, right? So, in my life is kind of like Cinderella life, you know what I mean? So, and even I was talking to my girlfriend today, Magda, she said the same thing. She got the similar, feeling about this, So, for example, people need to be more open to see other people that wherever you see me, for example, homeless, I'm homeless for 2 months, but you need to know where I was before those 2 months, you know, what kind of life I had before 2 months. So for example, if someone invites me to their house, and I tell you this experience because it's kind of like so ridiculous that I have to share it because it's so stupid, you know what I mean? So I have to share it to give you the example how people could be, okay? So someone invited me to their house. They have beautiful house and everything. But I had actually more beautiful house in Chicago, you know what I mean? So when they show me, they thought that this is big for me because they found me on the street, right? But for me it was just regular house, right? But the only thing what I saw there was like similar, the same painting which I had, you know what I mean? And nice house and everything. So they have, you know, the nice house and everything. Oh, cool. I have to say it because, you know, it's like kind of like so stupid. So they invite me to their house and they like showing that they have the house and everything, right? And they buying me on the house, right? That they have house, I can have the house and everything. And then you know what? So I just arrived, you know, and I was then there only one day. If I think about this, it's kind of like so crazy, you know what I mean? So okay, so I wake up in the morning, so I got my own room and everything, right? And then I wake up in the morning. And then I'm like, maybe I wait for maybe a little bit, half of the day, it's already 3 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm hungry, right? I would like to eat something. So I decide I want to eat something, right? And I said, so maybe we're gonna eat something. Maybe let's go to the store, we buy something, and then I cook something in the kitchen. And the gentleman says like this, oh, I just cleaned the kitchen, I don't want to use my kitchen, you know what I mean? So this is one turn off, right? And then the other thing says, so I said, okay, so I got the apple, organic apple, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna eat this apple, right? And the guy says, showed like this, you know, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, right? And he said, like, showed me like this, right? And I'm like, what you mean? Oh, you need to eat the apple, and he showed me like this. You need to eat the apple over the sink. And I'm like, what? So do you do this to people? When you invite people to your house and you do this to people? That was the biggest joke. Listen guys, this is the biggest joke. I never see something like this, really, totally. I invite many people to my house, and they live in my house for many months even. I never said something like this to anybody, you know what I mean? And they live for free. I buy the food, they eat the food and everything, and I didn't ask for money, you know what I mean? And here I got my own apple, I want to eat it, and this guy told me, go eat it to the kitchen. So you know how I am, right? I always open for everything, right? Nice and beautiful. But when I see something like this, so I said, you know what? So I'm gonna go outside and eat the apple outside. So I went outside, I eat the apple. And he's like, try to explain to me, but you don't understand, if I clean the house. I said, listen, I don't care. If you invite someone, I can even throw the CDs on your floor and you're not supposed to say anything, you know what I mean? I'm your guest, you know? I'm your guest. And you don't know who I am, so why you are thinking that I'm gonna ruin your house or something? You know what I mean? So people like this living, and they exist. and I didn't actually have experience with anybody before like this, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of like shocked, you know. But anyway, so so my beautiful people, so I come back to the house and I said, thank you for your cooperation, but I'm going, you know. So the guy was kind of like confused. He doesn't know what's going on. But I said to him, listen, if you're gonna be acting like this to people who you invite to the house, this is sick. This is not normal. If you invite somebody to the house, you have to be opening. You give them whatever they want, because they are your guest. They are your guest. So, and then I left, you know. Then I left. And then he was like calling me. He was trying to, like, you know, he was calling me. He was trying to have contact with me, text messaging me. And I didn't want to do anything with that person, because it's like, it's done. It's just done. And he's even like, the house is waiting for you. The house is nothing without you. There's like so it's totally crazy, you know. And then it's like, you can even throw the CDs on the floor, and I will not say anything. And I said, no, you have a chance. You have a chance. You have a chance to act nicely when you invite someone to your house. And doesn't matter if this is homeless person. Doesn't matter if this is rich person, because probably if that you will see that this is rich person, then you will act differently. You know what I mean? So, first time happened something like this to me. Especially I am from the family which, you know, rich family, you know. I had always money before, right? So I'm used to all kinds of, you know, I teach people how to act. I'm a teacher of life. I teach people how to act accordingly with the situation, how to wear clothes accordingly with the situation. I was teaching everybody who was coming to my house how to wear clothes, how to act with this kind of people, how to act with this kind of people. You know what I mean? I was experienced all kinds of life, so I know all kinds of life. You know what I mean? So don't be like, you know, blinded by someone that you see someone is, for example, homeless, and they don't know how to use the fork. You know what I mean? They don't know how to use your towel in the bathroom. You know what I mean? They don't know how to walk in your clean floors. You know what I mean? So they are also respectful people. If they are homeless, doesn't mean that they are not respectful. You know what I mean? So be open for. That's nobody whatever you see, it's exactly what you think it is. You know what I mean? It's always illusion. Remember, because you can meet Cinderella, you can meet the king or queen, and you don't know they are queen and king. You can meet goddess, like I am goddess, right? And you don't know who I am. So you can meet priestess, you can meet shaman, you don't know who the people are. So you need to act openly with people, with loving and caring for people, not telling them what to do, you know what I mean? Not telling them like in controlling way, you know? So, because nobody will be with you. Nobody who's got mind in control, nobody will be with you, okay? So this is for the guys were like so obsessed